Hey guys, how's it going? This is the Helpful Lockpicker here, and the video I have for you today is going to be a product review. What I have in front of us is a 12-piece lockpick set that was sent over to me by GearBest to review, and I'm going to go into some more information on this set in just a minute. Please stay tuned. Alright, so let's first get into what does this set contain and how much does it cost. This is a $10 set that comes with a pretty cool case that I actually find pretty functional. It comes with 12 picks, it comes with 2 bottom of the keyway tensioners, and a Y tensioner that can be used as the top of the keyway tensioner. There's a lot of fluff in this case, and there's really only a couple tools I'm going to focus on. I'm going to focus on the 2 short hooks, and then I will focus on the half diamond because that's always a good thing to have. A lot of the other stuff in here, we have a snowman pick, some rakes that I probably wouldn't want to use, a key extractor, and a lot of different tools that I may not use. I may try out this city rake as well. And what also it comes with is these 2 bottom of the keyway tensioners and this Y tensioner. So we're going to try out these tools and get a little bit more information on them in just a minute, and we will get a really nice close-up look at them. So we're going to see how this $10 set can fare and see if it is a set that you may consider purchasing when you are first starting out in lock sport. The first thing that you want to always remember, it is not the pick that makes the picker, it is practice. Any great picker can make great use out of some even basic tools. So what I first want to do is just get a measurement reading on how thick these picks are, and they are reading right around 22 thousandths of an inch thick. And that's actually not too bad of a thickness. I typically like my picks between 20 to 25 thousandths of an inch depending on what I'm working on. But the biggest complaint with the way these come is that the metal feels a little harsh. It could be sanded down, and also it just doesn't feel like it is going to be the strongest metal. It feels like it's a little bit brittle, but it should be able to withstand some normal picking. I do like the rubber handles. That does make it a little bit softer to hold. These bottom of the keyway tensioners I don't think are going to be too useful. They're pretty floppy and they just don't feel very strong. This one does feel a little bit stronger, but it does have a profile to it that hopefully will be useful. It does look like it will be wide enough. And then I'm going to try out this top of the keyway tensioner. This is traditionally a tensioner that you would use on a wafer lock that has wafers on both sides. It's called a Y tensioner. But I'm going to call this a top of the keyway tensioner because you can stick this in the top of the keyway and tension some locks. I have done this in a few of my other videos, and also when Lockpicking Lawyer reviewed a very similar set to this, he utilized that technique as well, and it was quite effective. What I'd like to do is try these lock picks against some of the locks off my progressive lock list. My progressive lock list is a list I developed that helps people be able to grow from a beginner to an intermediate level, and it is just a really cool set of locks. So I'm going to try this against my first lock on the list, the clear acrylic padlock. And if you ever want to check out the list, it is in my video description below. So I'm going to try out the bottom of the keyway tensioner, and I'm going to primarily be focusing on just using the short hook here, and we're going to see what it takes to get this open. So we're going to start off, we're going to go down the stack, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, skip back to 4, and this lock was opened pretty quickly and it was out without any difficulty. The next lock on my progressive lock list is one of the quintessential starter locks, the Master Lock number 3. It is a pretty easy lock and it's a pretty fun lock to work on, but I'm going to try to open it up my favorite way, which is just zipping, where I do some light bottom of the keyway tension and I insert the pick and I just pull it out quickly, and I just repeat it a couple times, and then hopefully the lock will open up, which it just did. The third lock on my progressive lock list is the Master Lock 140. It's a pretty cool lock. It has about 1 spool in it, but this one's very vulnerable to a number of attacks, and I'm going to try to zip this one open as well. It does have 1 spool, but it usually doesn't put up too much of a fight, but it is a pretty cool lock for someone to learn when they want to get better at single pin picking, because it can offer you a lot of learning opportunities as well. But I'm just going to do whatever it takes to get this lock open, and then we'll move on to the next lock. So we got that one open by a little combination of single pin picking and zipping. The fourth lock on my progressive lock list is a lock that I really enjoy. It's the Branks 40mm laminated padlock. What I like about this lock is it has 1 to 2 spools, but it actually has some decent tolerances, so you can really start to feel what you're doing. In order to get this open, I'm going to use the Y tensioner. We're going to try this out as a makeshift top of the keyway tensioner, and it does a pretty good job typically. So what I'm going to do now is try to single pin pick this lock open that has 2 spools in it. So just got to click on 1, small click on 2, small click on 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to let off my tension and just try again. Let's see. Got a good click on 1. Good click on 2, good click on 3, counter on 4, the lock is open, and the top of the keyway tensioner worked pretty well. The only thing that it got a little hung up on was the little rivets here when I was trying to turn it. So the fifth and final lock that I'm going to do today is going to be the Master Lock model number 570. It's a lock that comes with 4 spools and 1 standard pin, and I'm going to try to get this open with my bottom of the keyway tensioner here, and I'm going to try it out with the city rake. I haven't really used this tensioner yet. I can try it right now just to try it out, but it just feels extremely flimsy, but it doesn't really fit in here, so I'm going to try out this one. So we're going to try to rock this lock open right now, and now the lock has been opened up. Alright, so what is my final verdict on this set? Am I going to recommend it? This set has a few things going for it that are very positive. One, the price point. You can get these on GearBest for around $10, and you can get all of these picks, and you can get this lovely case, and the whole package together is a great value, and I feel like it is worth it just for that alone. These picks you can easily sand down a little bit to make them more comfortable, and they do come with some pretty comfortable grips on them. So if you're just starting out, this may be a great set for you. When you're first getting into lock sport, it can be a very expensive hobby, and you may be on the fence. If you are not sure how far you want to take this sport, checking out this set might be a great option for you, and I'd recommend that. You can get into the sport for a very cheap price, and you're going to get some picks that will hopefully last you long enough for you to make the decision if you're going to want to get some more professional grade picks. What I do like about this set is the short hook works very well, and I've been able to open up a number of locks. I'll even link up on the top here me opening up an American lock with it. I feel the Y tensioner is a great tool to have, especially for wafer locks, but it does make a very nice makeshift top of the keyway tensioner. I do not recommend the bottom of the keyway tensioners. You can get much better ones for a very cheap price elsewhere, and I do not feel that these are very great tools. The city rake does an average job. The half diamond is a good tool to have, and it is nice that they have a little bit of a short hook, which can be useful down the road. All in all, I feel like this set gives you enough tools to be able to get started. These are the tools that I'd most likely use. It does come with a whole 12-piece set, but I feel like a lot of this is just fluff that you're probably not going to use going down the road. You do not use key extractors very often. You do not use these kind of weird shaped rakes, and the snowman pick is not very useful as well. But I find that if you were to just break the set apart and just use the useful tools, this can be a really great set for someone starting out. It comes with a really cool case, and it will help you make that determination on how far you would like to get involved in the sport. I feel for $10, you're going to get a great value. These picks may not last as long as some of the other competition, but they are meant to be picks for you to be able to get started with. So I will recommend this set. I feel like if you're just starting out, this could be a viable option for you if you're looking to get in very cheaply. But either way, guys, if you'd like to check out this set, I'm going to put a link to it at GearBest.com, and you can see the link in the video description below if you'd like to check it out. But this is all I have for you today. This has been my quick review on the GearBest 12-piece lockpick set. It is a pretty cool little set, and hopefully you enjoy checking out. If you guys have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more like them, please subscribe. As always, thank you so much for checking out this video, and I hope you all have a great day. And thank you so much for checking out this 12-piece lockpick set sold by GearBest.com.